Grief has a way of untethering you from reality. There are days when it feels like I'm stuck in a dream, or maybe it's a nightmare. Everything around me seems hazy, muted, like I'm walking through someone else's life. I see pictures of Aubrey, hear stories about her, even see her name written down, and my brain refuses to make the connection. It's like it's too real. It's too much for my mind to hold. This can't be real. This can't be my life. Sometimes it feels like I'm playing a role, a version of myself, trying to function in the world. I smile when I'm supposed to, talk when I need to, but it's all surface level. Beneath it, there's this constant undercurrent of disbelief, this gnawing sense that something is profoundly wrong. My mind tries to convince me she's just somewhere else, at a friend's house, at school, on vacation, somewhere where she's just out of sight, but still within reach. And for a moment, I almost believe it. I almost let myself think that this reality without her is permanent. But then reality hits. It always does. And when it does, it's brutal. It's like being dropped into freezing water, gasping for air as the truth pulls me under. Gasping for air, she's not coming back. The finality of this is unbearable. There's no way to prepare for it, no way to soften the edges. It just is. The goneness, it's a void, vast and unrelenting. Her laughter, her voice, her very being, all the things that made her are gone. It's a silence that screams. A presence that is no longer there, but somehow everywhere all at once. There are moments when I feel completely disconnected from myself, like I'm standing outside my body, watching my own grief unfold as if it belongs to someone else. It's a strange, hollow sensation, being present, but not really there. I can't tell if it's my mind protecting me or punishing me. Maybe it's both. And then there are moments when grief feels so real, it's almost physical. A song on the radio, or I see her handwriting, and it's like a punch to the chest. The triggers, a picture, a smell, something so small, so ordinary, it's almost unfair how much power it holds. And suddenly, I'm spiraling. The pain rushes in, sharp and unforgiving. It's not just heartache, it's soul ache. A kind of agony that feels like it's consuming every part of me, reaching into the deepest corners of who I am and filling them with her absence. It's suffocating. The weight of her absence is so heavy, I can't breathe. It's not just emotional pain, it's physical, tangible. My body aches for her. My arms long to hug her. My ears strain to hear her voice one more time. The loss feels like a wound that will never heal. A constant reminder of everything I'll never have with her again. Grief is cruel like that. It tricks you into thinking you're okay one moment, only to pull the rug out from you the next. It's an endless cycle of disbelief, denial, and devastation. And in between all of that is this unsettling sense of unreality, like I've been dropped into a version of my life I don't recognize, one I never wanted and never asked for. I wish I could say there's a neat ending to this story, a way to wrap it all up with hope and resilience. But the truth is, grief is forever. It changes shape, but it never really leaves. And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's a reminder of how deeply we loved, how deeply I loved her. Some days I wonder if I'll ever feel fully present, if I'll ever stop questioning how this became my life. Grief has shattered the lens through which I view the world, and now everything feels distorted, out of focus. But maybe that's just what grief does. It changes everything, makes the unreal your new reality, and forces you to find a way to live in a world that will never feel quite whole again. So I sit with it. Some days it engulfs me, consumes me. Other days I carry it with me, lighter, but always there. And through it all, I remind myself that this pain, as unbearable as it feels, is the other side of love. A love so profound it refuses to be silenced, even by loss.